Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to Cinco Symposium. All right, so we're gonna listen to a video from some female athletes and their issues with having trans people come in or guys. They don't like the idea of guys coming in and showering with them, and then we're gonna listen to a trans person talk about what a real woman is. So we're going to get into it. Before we do, please hit that like button, share the video, subscribe, working our way to 1,000 subscribers. Really appreciate your help. And comment. Let me know what you think about these things that I'm discussing. Always enjoy just different ideas and people questioning different things. But yeah, so here we go. We're going to listen to these. We're going to listen to these female athletes talk about the experiences they've had.
No one has asked us how we felt. We exist to validate a male's identity. But the Ivy League, Leah Thomas's teammates, actually, when they were concerned about the locker room situation and they sent an email to the Ivy League and the NCAA, their response was, here are some counseling resources you should seek if you feel comfortable seeing male genitalia in your locker room. And then they were referred to the LGBTQ Education Center to educate themselves on the oppression that these athletes are dealing with.
All right, so when a female athlete goes to, I guess, like their HR, whatever resources they got, they're like, hey, like, we're feeling uncomfortable with the idea of showering naked in there, being a female with female body parts and being an actual woman, a real woman, and then a dude comes in there with his dick flying around. That makes us uncomfortable. They then get slid, well, here's some stuff you should do and focus on if that makes you uncomfortable, because you need to think about what these guys have been oppressed with. Utter nonsense. Like, women, y'all have been erased from, like, y'all's comfortability has been erased.
So no one within the NCAA is willing to acknowledge us, our feelings, our safety, our privacy. I've really tried. I feel like it's really only happened like the past couple weeks where I get emotional talking about like the locker room scene, because it is just so wild that you can turn around and see a 6'4" biological man pull his pants down watching you undress, and no one is willing to stick up for you.
Yeah, see, that's sad. That's sad that the NCAA, that we've got all these companies and all these institutions that have I thought the idea was, being feminist, fighting for women, and then this trans thing came into the picture 5 minutes ago, and that they are just absolutely just willing to sit there and say, oh yeah, this guy is he's now a female, he's now allowed to go into the locker room with all these real females and whip his cock out and do whatever he wants to do. That makes girls nervous. Because guess what, girls, men and women are different, and when you try to combine them together in a nude situation, the dudes could probably handle it. Dude's whatever, I'm around a bunch of naked females, it's not his worst nightmare. It's the woman's worst nightmare. You want to talk about women feeling vulnerable? You want to talk about the women feeling oh my god, somebody just pushed me up against the wall. I'm already naked. I can't imagine it being a female in that situation, and what we used to at least respect women in that, yeah, you got your own space, your own privacy, go here and change, go shower, do whatever you need to do. Now we've invaded that. Somehow we've been able to squeeze our ways in, and men have been able to get into the locker room with them, and even gotten to the point where the organizations are now backing the dude doing that versus the woman. It's absolutely insane. So there, we got the perspective of some, female, some actual women. Now let's listen to this, the name's Dumbass Nora on TikTok, but this guy explain that he knows about being a woman more than a woman does.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I am fucking tired of TERFs making a mockery of real women. Oh, what, you were born with ovaries? You bleed every month? You have XX chromosomes? Yeah, that's cute. Tell me what other X...
Yeah, that is cute. That's what we call an actual woman. That's called being born a female with female genitalia and the DNA. And everything that goes with it, and somehow they're making a mockery of being a woman. Like, if a woman that is born with all that and has all the emotions of a woman and has everything that there is required to be a woman, and they still can't understand how to be a woman, tell me, how can you?
External factor that doesn't apply to all of you defines you. At the end of the day, you're out here thinking that trans women are making a mockery of you when it's the exact opposite. You are pretending that you know that you are a woman when the only people here who know that for sure are the ones who have put in the work to understand themselves.
To put in the work to understand, like, what does that mean? So does that mean that you can just become something else by reading about it? I can go read, and every day I'm going to read about dragons. I'm going to read about, what the scales they have, the different colors, where they live, their interest, that they like, sleeping up on a pile of gold. And therefore, even a real dragon that that can fly and can do all that, they don't even understand how to be a fully dragon because they haven't put in the work like I have of reading about it and studying about it and thinking about, I'm a dragon. Rah! They don't understand it because they're not real dragons. Do you see the lunacy that's happening with these people? Like, the mental gymnastics that you have to do to come to these conclusions.
The trans women. You have put zero work into actually understanding yourself. You are only a woman because everybody else around you looked at these same external factors that you look at and said, seems like woman behavior to me. And you went, all right, the only person making a mock.
What? Okay, so then tell me then why, if it's the external factors that don't make it, that she's saying the external factors, that's the only reason that they call themselves women, because they look at how they're dressed and all that, then why is she dressing up like every other stereotype woman? Why, or did I say he, why is he growing his hair out long like most women do? Why is he wearing women's clothing? Why is he wanting to do all the women's stuff? If it's just the external factors that women have been following, then why is he chasing those external factors and thinking that makes him a woman? You see it's lunacy.
The mockery of womanhood is you because you do not fully understand what makes you a woman. Stop harassing trans women. I don't even identify as a woman, and I'm more of a woman than you. It's okay to be scared of cishet men, but don't take it out on people who aren't even a fucking threat.
I don't even, so if you don't identify yourself as a woman, then how do you know? I just, man, I don't get it. I don't get it. These people are freaking insane. And it's just laughable. It's just funny. It's insane, but it's just these people, I wish I could have these conversations with them in real life. I'd end up laughing a lot, but, they don't identify as a woman, but they identify as some other, blueberry monster thing. I don't know. But they know more about being a woman. Real women that are born with being a woman, that have had a vagina their whole lives, that have grown up, dealt with the puberty of a woman, the hormones that come with being a woman, the possible pregnancies, if a woman's had dealing with actual female problems, the periods, the menstruation, all of that. But that they're not real women because they haven't thought about it enough. They haven't really put in the work. You understand? You see that? You see the craziness behind the statement? Real women haven't put in the work, and therefore they're not as real women as these guys with dicks and just threw on a dress and some high heels and some lipstick. Those guys are the real women. They know more about being a woman than someone who has been a woman her whole life. It's just insane. These people are not mentally well. They've been... I don't know, they've let some ideas get in their head, and then they've made their whole life about this. And guess what? It's not a pretty picture. It ends up with surgeries, ends up with psychological therapy, it ends up with high suicide rates, it ends up with them being alone because guess what? That's other things are popping up. No one wants to date us because if you don't date a trans person, you're just trans. No, dog, I'm just not into dick. I'm into actual women. I'm into someone who can actually, do the things that a normal woman could. That's going to act like a woman. I don't want another dude. I'm not a gay guy. It's not gay. I'm a trans woman. No, dude. You're a guy. You act like a guy. You're a guy. You have guy parts. I'm sorry. But they're griping about that. They're upset about the fact that no one wants to date them. It's a sad, lonely road. And whenever that doesn't work out, all the people that once supported you in doing this, if you ever decide like, maybe this isn't the route for me, maybe I should just go back to being a guy, those people, the people that you thought supported you, will turn on you in a second. You become their worst enemy, and then you will truly be alone. And that is insanely sad. And I feel for the people that have been duped into thinking that they can become something that they're not. I'd love to be a dragon. That'd be so cool. I'd love to fly, spit fire out my mouth. I'm never going to be a dragon, right? Like, it's not going to happen. I'm a man. Damn it, You got to give up on the dreams, right? And grow up at some point in time. These people are headed for a terrible road where it's going to end in disappointment. And I feel bad for them. Poor bastards. But there's no way I'm going down this road and accepting this lunacy with them. You don't, when you have a patient that's schizophrenic and is seeing something that's not there, they think it's there, but it's not. You don't give them affirming care, telling them, yeah, man, that freaking ghost monster thing you see is actually real. It's real, man. What you got, it's, you're not envisioning it. That's actually real. That's a real monster. Like, you don't tell people that. You're just like, no, dude, it's not there. You're seeing things. You're hallucinating. You try your best to keep them in reality. Why have we strayed away from that with these people? That we've let them build up their own reality, and that so many people have gone along with it, just like, yeah, just let them have it, just let them do it. I think people didn't think there was going to be this many side effects, this many consequences and problems that came with it. They're just like, whatever, just leave me alone. Yeah, you're a girl, whatever, okay. But it's now invasive. This is an invasive ideology, and it's affecting young children, and it's a terrible thing when it starts hitting young children and changing them. We're seeing insane growth of trans people, which I've mentioned many times before in my videos. It's a lifetime of medical surgeries and therapies. It makes you a lifetime patient. The medical community will love you because you'll spend your whole life giving them money when you don't need to. You're a healthy individual. You don't need to cut up your body. You don't need surgeries. You don't need hormones. You don't need that. You just need to live your life. You need purpose. You need purpose other than trying to be something that you're not. That's what you need. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, y'all have a wonderful day.